it's strange really, because it's a long time since I've been round here. I mean, obviously it looks like people are still sort of hanging around here kind of thing. So up here, there was, yeah, I can still go through to it. It was like kind of off the beaten track, if you like, sort of thing, but it was sort of somewhere where, you know, if it was raining or anything, at least you were kind of dry really. People are still doing the same thing that we were doing a few years ago, kind of thing. So it does feel it feels very strange. I was quite shocked really when I got up here. Quite emotional really. I don't know. It's a very strange experience, because I remember sort of being very, very heavily under the influence. I was using lots of amphetamine at the time, and I didn't really sleep properly anyway, but it was just having somewhere to sort of hang out and to use. I think for me it puts into perspective how you kind of lose that sense of reality almost. And you know, at the time I thought this was all right. I did. I really thought this was all right. You know, the fact that I was here and I thought I was having a great time. Upsets me actually just seeing it.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I just I didn't know how I'd feel about coming back here today, to be honest with you.
I often visit places like this. You know, I've got I feel a closeness towards people who are homeless in town, and I recognise that these are just people, human beings having a difficult time. You know, I don't have contemptuous feelings towards these locations. It's a part of my past. It's a part of my life. And, you know, once I've mentioned before, I've got a lot of help, and I've been managed to get helps out of that situation. And I ended up in a flat just over there, a few minutes walk away, and I come back from work and often cut through this way just to reflect on how things have changed for me. But also on what is still a reality for a lot of people. Somebody about the street life in Manchester today, it's just in your face everywhere these days. It wasn't as bad as this. It was bad, but something's getting catastrophically worse.
Do you think that it is idealistic to think that you can eradicate homelessness in Lough Sleeping?
Yes, it is, but let's be idealistic. What's wrong with that? You know, it should be the ambition for us all to see that we're all sharing in the wealth of this country.
I think, you know, I didn't think I was worth it really, kind of thing, and you know that, and I suppose that, you know, the drugs and everything, I just lost that sense of identity, that who Andrew is, who I am as a person. You know, I wasn't being a father. You know, I'd lost my marriage. I'd lost pretty much everything, really.
Of course, there's an element of personal motivation that's going to be required, and we can help people with the motivation by giving them visible evidence that recovery from that dark situation is possible, that a better life is possible, that it can be done. That's how we do it in addiction. We have people who've recovered from addiction, helping people who are just trying to get out of addiction, and that visible evidence that recovery is possible helps individuals.
The key thing with all relationships is that we engage face to face, and we engage on a level that we treat people with the dignity that they have. I mean, for me as a person of faith, I have to see every other person as a child of God, as somebody of equal dignity and status as my own. Having that adult conversation, either we're talking about the weather or talking about what's going on in the city or whatever it may be, not talking about their homelessness directly, but just talking with somebody as another human being of equal dignity with oneself. And I think to do that is actually crucial, because that's how we begin to restore the dignity that people have lost, and it's also how we begin to understand how like us someone who's become homeless really is.